Sing with me, come on.
Good yantiv, everyone. So we're here to remember. Yizkor is about remembering those that we've loved, those that we've struggled with, those who've been important in our lives. And we're going to do that in this space together with music, with some meditation, with prayer. And first, we want to make sure everybody has what they need to participate. So some of us are Zoom masters and some of us are Zoom novices. In case you're a novice, just want to orient everyone. So most of the service will have everybody muted, and that's just so that we don't get feedback and chaos. We do hope that you will keep yourself visible to others by turning on your video feed, but if you would like some privacy, you can always turn that off. And there will be times where we enable the chat, and that just means that we'll open up a bar where you can type in words and names of people, for example. You can find that chat function on the bottom or the top of your screen and just open it up. If you're on a laptop, you can have that as a sidebar throughout the service if you like, although there will only be certain times when it's usable. And I think that's all you need Zoom-wise to go through this service. Our prayer book is the same one that we've been using all along, so we can turn now to page 21, and I think we're done with that slide. We don't need that anymore. So the Yizkor service begins on page 21 of your Machzor, and turn things to Corey. העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד, גשר צר מאוד, גשר צר מאוד. כל העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד, גשר צר מאוד. והעיקר לא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל. והעיקר לא לפחד כלל. The whole wide world is just a narrow bridge, just a narrow bridge, just a narrow bridge. The whole wide world is just a narrow bridge, just a narrow bridge. And above all is not to fear, not to fear at all. And above all is not to fear at all. So you could put that back, Nate. That's the right thing. We'll go there next. So I'm going to invite you to just close your eyes if you'd like, and we're going to bring our awareness, first of all, just to our breath. And you can take a couple of deep breaths and just bring your awareness into this moment. And in your mind's eye, I'd like you to just imagine yourself in a safe place. It can be a safe place that's indoors, outdoors, familiar, or in your imagination, somewhere where you feel at ease, comfortable, relaxed, a place where you feel able to just be. And as you're settling into this place, I'd like you to invite in a loved one whom you have lost. And you can greet them, make them feel at home. Sit with them. First, you may have something you want to say to them that you didn't get to say to them, or maybe you said it many times, but if there's anything you'd like to express. And somewhere, even if this may have been a person with whom you had a very complicated relationship, try to identify something that you'd like to say thank you for. And if you have it in your heart, you might want to express also your love for this person if you haven't already done so. Your love for them. It's also possible that you may feel some regrets. And if you have in your heart any of those regrets, any things that you feel unresolved about, if there's anything you need to ask forgiveness for, you can do that now. Just ask forgiveness. And similarly, it may be that this person hurt you in different ways. And if you're able to, maybe healing now to offer them forgiveness, if you're able to, if that feels right. You may have questions that you'd like to ask of this person. And if you have any questions, you can ask them and then just imagine their responses. And you may have much more to say or to listen to from this person. You may have other people. I want to give you some time to imagine these conversations with more than one person. So if you have another person you'd like to welcome, you can turn to that person and have a moment of goodbye with the first person before you do that. Or maybe they can linger with you. And again, just inviting in your loved one for a conversation where you express gratitude and love and forgiveness in both directions. So I'll give you a little time here. And one thing to remember as we take this time is that you're always able to go back to this place. This is a place in your mind and your heart where if it feels healing and important, you can make time for this. This doesn't have to be just on Yom Kippur. Maybe you're having a chance to remember your loved one in different moments, to tell them you miss them. And those imaginings don't have to end with today's meditation. So gently, I want you to just find a good stopping place if you can, and very gently wish your loved ones goodbye for now, just for now. And when you're ready, you can very gently bring your awareness back to this moment and back to your own heart, back to your own breathing. And as you feel ready, you can open your eyes and reconnect with our virtual gathering. Take a few breaths. we're going to turn now to page 21. Esa Einai, I lift my eyes up to the mountains. From where will my help come? My help comes from the one, maker of heaven and earth.
Israel, na el, Israel, na el Hari, me'ayin Yavo Isri, Israel, na el Hari, me'ayin Yavo Isri, Esri, Me'im Adonai, Osei, Shamayim Va'aretz, Esri, Me'im Adonai, Osei, Shamayim Va'aretz, Asael Nai, El Harin, Me'ayin Yavo Isri, Israel Nai, El Harin, Me'ayin Yavo Isri, Esri, Me'in Shekhinah, Osei, Shamayim Va'aretz, Esri, Me'ed Adonai, Osei, Shamayim Va'aretz.
Please rise, and we prepare ourselves for El Maleh Rachamim.
אל מלא רחמים, שוכן במרומים, המצא מנוחה נכונה, תחת כנפי השכינה, ומעלות קדושים וטהורים, כזוהר הרקיע מזהירים, לנשמות יקרינו וקדושינו, שהלכו לעולמם. אנא, בעל הרחמים, הסתירם בצל כנפיך לעולמים, וצרור בצרור החיים את נשמתם, אדוני הוא נחלתם, וינוחו בשלום על משכבם, ונאמר אמן.
God, full of mercy, who dwells above, give rest on the wings of the divine presence among the holy and pure, who shine like the sky, to the souls of our dear and holy beloved ones, who have gone to their eternal place of rest. May you, who are the source of mercy, shelter them beneath your wings eternally, and bind their souls among the living. Adonai is their portion. May they rest in peace. And let us say, Amen. You may be seated. And, one of the things that's just true is that people are mostly neither purely saints nor purely sinners. We're complicated, and our relationships are complicated. And so, some of our losses are very straightforward because they're just pure love there, but a lot of our closest relationships are also full of difficult places and ways in which we have regrets, and we have, when we remember, it's not always sweet. It's sometimes bitter too. So we're going to recognize that now with a contemporary song. And Mikey, I'm going to turn things to you, and you can sing along if you know the words, and if not, just enjoy Cats in the Cradle.
This one's for you, Dad. A child arrived the other day. He came to the world in the usual way. There were planes to catch and bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away. Was talking before I knew as I grew. He said, I'm gonna be like you, Dad. You know I'm gonna be like you. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, son. You know we'll have a good time then. A child to 10 just the other day, he said, thanks for the ball, come on, Dad, let's play. Can you teach me to throw? He said, not today, I got a lot to do. He said, that's okay. And he walked away and he smiled. The smile never dimmed. He said, I'm gonna be like him, yeah. You know I'm gonna be like him. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, well, we'll get together then, son. You know we'll have a good time then. Well, it came from college just the other day. He said, so much like a man, just I had to say, son, I'm proud of you. Can we sit for a while? He shook his head and said, with the smile that he really liked it, Daddy, I like to borrow the keys. But he said, see you later, can I have them, please? In the cat's in the cradle, in the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, we'll get together then, Dad. You know we'll have a good time then. Well, I've long since I retired. My sons moved away. I called them up just the other day. I said, I'd like to see you, if you don't mind. He said, I love you, Dad. I wish I could find the time. See, I got a new job and it's a hassle and the kids got a flu. But it's been nice talking to you, Dad. It sure been nice talking to you. As I hung up the phone, it occurred to me, he'd grown up just like me. My boy was just like me. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, we'll get together then, Dad. You know we'll have a good time then.
Thanks, Mikey. So I'd now like to call on Anda and Michael to lead us as we all read on page 22, We Remember Them.
In the rising of the sun and its going down, we remember them. In the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we remember them. In the opening buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember them. In the blueness of the sky and in the warmth of summer, we remember them.
In the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember them. In the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember them. When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them.
When we are lost and sick of heart, we remember them. When we have joys we yearn to share, we will remember them. So long as we live, they too shall live, for they are now a part of us as we remember them.
So now we're going to open the chat. If you'd like to type in any names of people that you are remembering, and I'll take us through our lists of those losses that have happened recently or more distantly. First, we begin with our Shloshim list, those who have died in the last 30 days. Laura Siegel, mother of Kirk Schneider, Marvin Rosenblatt, uncle of Elliot Hellman, Leonard Levines, father of Susan Levine, and Michael Jacobs, brother of Janet Jacobs. We also remember the following yard sites that fall in the second half of September: John Paul Ferrara, Robert Joseph Gerard, Phil Weinstein, Jean Barry, Ann Potter, Mary Tibbetts, Leon Seligman, Stephen Feiner, Bob Don't, Sandra Klein, Rose Balin, Saul Zorn, Alvin Siegel, Michelle Turner, Sylvia Glass, Rose Miller, Seal Boren, Joseph Roth, Lucy Saltzman, Selma Rosenberg, Eric Richard Solo, and Dr. Bernard Lifson. And especially in our hearts are all of those loved ones that have departed since last High Holy Day season. So I'll read their names now. Richard Denholtz, Doris Lewis, Jeanette Marie Glass, Faye Rabinowitz Olasoff, Elizabeth Lee Ty Fox, Kayla Shea, Renee Klein Pleener, Jerome Muchin, Pierre Jeremy Barolette, Stanley Weiner, Louis Schlipak, Morris Herzig, Ruta Penk-Eunice, Jeffrey Dinsmore, Hill Boss, Stephen Arkin, Nancy Stevens, Anchi Kuo, Gerald Himmelfarb, Phyllis Goldstein, Bob Hauser, Clarice Rubin Lifson, Laura Siegel, Marvin Rosenblatt, Leonard Levine, Michael Jacobs, Bernice Lenore Bressler and Martin Bressler, Mark Berman. And so as we move towards the Kaddish, you can find the words on page 13. Some of you I see are still entering names, and you can continue to do that, but I'd like to call everyone to rise, and let's just all rise here. And I see a reminder coming up in our chat here. I've been adding through the holidays some names of people that we hear about in circles beyond our own personal circles. We remember Breonna Taylor and all those whose lives have been lost to systemic racism. We remember the 200,000 in America that have lost their lives to COVID-19, and those worldwide who have died in this pandemic. We remember all of those who have lost their lives in any of these layers of emergencies that are happening in our world right now. And we send our love to one another as we begin the Kaddish, page 13. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach yiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'alam u'la'omei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudsha b'richu. La'ela u'la'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata v'amiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min Shemaya V'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yimru amen. You may be seated. So I want to offer you a poem, and this is one I wrote for one of our members as she was laying on her deathbed a couple of years ago, year and a half ago. I'm going to read you the version that's sort of not just for her, but for everyone. Poem for a soul on her way. I wonder when the bond is broken, the bond body to soul that keeps a person in one place at a time, one linear moment after another, when you are free of those bothersome constrictions, time and space, will you in that moment be with everyone you have ever loved, in one instant forever within them, as memory, as wise guiding intuition, as a dream, as DNA, tracing yourself through bodies and minds no longer just your own. We do not know where you go. We cannot entirely follow, but to imagine that you will not be with us would be a mistake. Understandable, but inaccurate. You will be with us in ways we cannot undo. Ripples from your life and loves will move through us and through this world in ways we cannot fathom. Not that we won't miss you. We will miss the chance to make new memories, to share new moments and see your face open with laughter, to taste your curiosity and feel the comfort of your words and touch. And in our missing, you will make your way again into this world. Unbound by the limits of mortal flesh, you will be a longing and a present absence that still we shall always love. Page 21, Eli, Eli.
The sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart.
Thank you so much. Beautiful. So a couple of things to just remind you about before we close. One is that at 7 o'clock we regroup for Ne'ilah, the final service, which will be our chance to get our prayers in before those gates close. So that's 7 o'clock. And just another reminder that if you're fasting and you're experiencing, any kind of physical problems, have mercy on yourself. Don't do harm to yourself. So if you have medical conditions that make fasting unwise, please don't fast. And just take good care of yourselves during this sacred day. So 7 o'clock for Ne'ilah next Friday, or the next one that is 7 o'clock for Sukkot Shabbat, which will be blessings and songs and a chance to share with each other and tell stories. And then the following Saturday, October 10th at 5:30 is our Simchas Torah celebration. So hope to see you at some of those things. And we're going to close in a different way with this service. We'll go to a nigun, which is, I call it the angel nigun. It's a nigun of bringing in our sacred energies in all directions, and it's something that we sing often if we're in a Shiva minyan or that kind of context. So if you know it, please sing along with me, and if you don't, it's very catchy, so please sing as you get it. Ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la 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 la. Good Yontif, everyone. Thank you to everyone who helped lead this beautiful service. Tzom Kol, have an easy fast. See you for Ne'ilah.